Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking for your weekly update of puzzle solving, then we have you covered. Today we are looking at Star Trap. So the aim of this one is to try and release this white ball here in the center from the cage that it's trapped in. It's designed by Jürgen Reich of Germany, and I think it's new for 2022. So let's take a closer look and get into it. Okay, so let's take a closer look at Star Trap then. So we've got the ball in the middle here, that's what we're trying to free. And that is prevented from coming out. It's caged by these two pieces that interlock here. And those two interlocking pieces are caged by these two pieces that interlock. And those pieces are prevented from moving by these pieces that are joined by these metal bars. So I don't know whether we're going to need to try and deconstruct the entire cage here, or whether it's just going to be a matter of maneuvering some pieces in the middle to be able to get this star out. But I've not done this one before, so I'm going to have a look and see if I can solve this now. If you do want to see the solution, stay tuned. If you don't, I would recommend you turn off at this point. Okay, time for the solution. So bring in the coffeeometer, which as always is pretty heavily needed right now. So let's take a look and see what we can actually move here. So these two interlocking pieces are pretty much trapped and prevented from moving by the ball in the middle here, so you can't separate those out because that ball is preventing them moving. These top and bottom pieces look like they're pretty solidly locked with these bars. I'm just going to see if any of these bars move. The answer is no. Sometimes I know Stephen Steinspiel have produced puzzles where the caps here come off, but again, doesn't seem to be the case. No movement in the top or the bottom panel there. These two pieces here are interlocking and fitted into the top. So in order to get these pieces out, I think you'd need to have the top and the bottom come off, which doesn't necessarily look like it is possible. And then potentially maybe the ball might actually, I was thinking perhaps the ball might be in two halves, and you might be able to untwist it and take each half out, but I don't seem to be able to do that. So could we, you could get these central pieces out, I think. If we were to position it in the right way, they would fit through this gap, so we just need to be able to get them past that ball there. Alright, so I just want to go over basically the information that is in my head and I think we've got. So the rest of the cage, I'm fairly certain, is irrelevant, because even if this whole little piece here was outside the cage, there'd be nothing, you'd still be unable to remove the ball, because so this bit doesn't really have any relevance unless it somehow provides a way of opening these two pieces. These two pieces are trapped there because the ball is there. So, but in order to get that ball out, I think we need to separate those two pieces. So could the pieces somehow come apart? And I can't see any way that looks like it's going to happen. I can't see any seam on these pieces that looks like it might separate them. Really don't think there can be much to this puzzle other than just to try and... So I don't think there can be too much to actually do. I mean, the options are really limited here. The ball doesn't seem to come apart. That would be my go-to solution, would be the ball twists in half or something, but that's just not possible. These bits cannot come out. And then if we just try and move this, I think. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. There is the freed star, and the solution in the end. Oh my goodness. So I don't think there's any hinges or anything on this. There's actually just basically what happens is there's enough of a gap that this wood is flexible enough you can actually bend it slightly in order to open it up to the point where the ball will come out. If you do it this way around, there's no play in it that way, but from this point there is enough play. So are these pieces, now I'm looking at it, there's a very slight angle on the cut of these two outer two pieces, I think, and that means that it only works in the one direction like that. So now we can reset it back to the point where the ball goes in and reset. My goodness, the coffee cup is basically empty. This took a ludicrous amount of time for the actual solution on this one, but there we go. Quite fun in the end. A little bit of a gimmicky trick, but when you realize there's not really many other possibilities, it's got to be the only thing that's left. Okay, so there we have it. That was Star Trap. This was one of the most frustrating puzzles. It seemed like there was no possible solution to this one. This took me far too long for something that then takes 5 seconds to actually solve. But there you go. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. Do you like this one or not? I think it's going to divide opinion, but there you go. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to check this out further. That's it for today's video though. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.